Imagine you buy a muddy field for £80,000. You hold it for 2 years. You do your research. You submit the right paperwork. And then one morning, an email arrives. Planning permission granted. That same field, same soil, same location, same size is now worth £800,000. Nothing physical changed. No building was done. No improvement was made to the land. What changed was one thing: a document, a decision, a stamp. That is the power of the UK planning system. And in the next 11 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how it works and how you can use it to build extraordinary wealth. Welcome back to Continent Business Hubs, the channel where we equip UK entrepreneurs with the financial knowledge, the practical tools, and the kingdom foundations to build real, lasting wealth that funds God's purposes in the world. If this is your first time here, hit subscribe and make sure you turn on notifications. We publish new content every week. The UK planning system operates across 3 levels. You need to understand all 3 because each one affects your investment in a different way. Level 1 is national. The National Planning Policy Framework, the NPPF, is the government's master document. It sets out what planning decisions across England should achieve. It covers housing delivery, sustainable development, green belt, design standards, environmental protection. The single most important thing to know about the NPPF is this: it contains a strong presumption in favor of sustainable development. In plain English, the government wants houses built. When councils are not building enough, that presumption kicks in and strengthens the case for development. Level 2 is local. Every council in England has to maintain a local development plan. This is the document that allocates land for different uses: housing, employment, retail, green space, over a 15 to 20-year period. This is the document that will most directly affect your investment. We will come back to this in detail. Level 3 is development management, the day-to-day process of individual planning applications being approved or refused. This is where your planning consultant earns their money. The typical value uplift from agricultural land price to development land value with planning permission. Let me spend a moment on the Local Development Plan, the LDP, because this is the most important document in land banking research. And almost nobody outside the planning profession reads it. Every council publishes this document. It is free. It is online. And it tells you almost everything you need to know about where land values are heading in any given area. Here's what you are looking for when you open a local development plan. First, the housing requirement number. How many homes has the council been told it needs to deliver? This is set by a national formula based on population growth and household formation rates. The higher this number, the greater the pressure to find and allocate housing land. Second, the settlement boundaries. Where has the council drawn the line around each town or village? Land that sits just outside that boundary in the direction of growth is your primary target zone. Third, current land allocations. What land has already been formally allocated for housing? Allocated land has already moved in price. You want pre-allocation land, land that is in the emerging plan but not yet formally approved. Fourth, the plan review date. Local plans are reviewed every 5 years. A review that is due in the next 3 years means allocations are about to change. That is your window. There are 2 main types of planning permission in the UK, and the difference between them is enormous in terms of what they do to land value. Outline planning permission, sometimes called OPP, establishes the principle that housing development is acceptable on a particular piece of land. It does not approve the detailed design, the exact layout, or the number of units. But it answers the fundamental question: can this land be built on? And that answer alone, yes, this land can be built on, is enough to multiply its value dramatically. A piece of agricultural land worth £10,000 an acre with outline permission will typically be valued at £80,000 to £150,000 an acre or more, depending on location. The key has been found, even if the door isn't fully open yet. Full planning permission, sometimes called detailed permission, goes further. It approves the specific number of units, the layout, the design, the access, the drainage. This is what a house builder needs to start construction. Land with full permission is priced as a development site. In high-demand areas around major UK cities, fully consented land can trade at £500,000 to £2 million per acre. So the investor's journey is this: buy at agricultural prices, secure outline permission, watch the value multiply. Either sell at that point, or pursue full permission and multiply again. Here is the single most important planning indicator you need to watch as a land banking investor. It is called the 5-year housing land supply. Every council in England is required to demonstrate that it has a 5-year supply of deliverable housing land at any given time. In plain English, they need to show they have enough land already approved and ready to build on to deliver 5 years worth of their housing target. If a council cannot demonstrate that supply, if they fall short, something very powerful happens. The presumption in favor of sustainable development in the MPPF kicks in with full force. Planning inspectors have consistently overruled councils that refuse planning applications when those councils have weak land supply. What this means practically: a council with a weak 5-year land supply is under pressure to approve development. Land that might have been refused permission in a council with a healthy supply will have a much stronger case in a council that is struggling. So how do you find this information? Every council publishes an annual housing land supply statement on their website. Search for your target council name followed by 5-year housing land supply. If their supply is below 5 years, especially below 3 years, you have found a council under planning pressure. That is where your investment attention should be. Let me walk you through the planning application process at a high level so you understand what happens after you buy. Step 1. Pre-application discussions. Before you submit anything, speak to the council's planning team. Most councils offer a pre-application service for a fee of £200 to £1,000. They will tell you informally whether your proposal has a realistic chance, what supporting documents you will need, and what objections they anticipate. This information is gold. Step 2. Assemble your application package. This typically includes a planning statement, a design and access statement, an ecological survey if relevant, a transport statement, and a flood risk assessment for sites near water. Your planning consultant manages this. Step 3. Submit and wait. Most outline applications are decided within 13 weeks. Full applications for smaller sites within 8 weeks. Expect delays, councils are under-resourced. Step 4. If refused, appeal. A refusal is not the end. The planning inspectorate hears appeals from a national perspective, not a local one. Where councils have weak housing land supply, appeal win rates for housing applications have historically been significant. That is the process. And every step of it is navigable with the right team around you. Get the Land Code Full Planning System Guide inside in our comment section. Before I let you go, if today's video gave you value and you want the complete roadmap in your hands right now, I've written a book specifically for UK entrepreneurs called The Land Code. It covers everything we talked about today in full detail, with a 25-point deal scoring system, a complete due diligence checklist, a step-by-step 90-day action plan, and a full kingdom-giving architecture. The link is in the description below. It's called The Land Code. It's available right now, links in the comment section, and the price will not be this low forever. Go get it. If this video helped you, please do 3 things right now. Hit the like button. It genuinely helps this content reach more people. Subscribe if you haven't already. And drop a comment below. Tell me, what's your biggest question about land banking in the UK? I read every single comment and I will reply. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.